Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 39 of the Diverse Dialogues podcast. I'm Mateo.
And I'm Ruben.
And I'm Landon. I'm
Yep.
back again.
Yep, we are joined back with Landon. This time, not as a joke episode, but actually with a legitimate episode. Is this the first time that we had Landon, just with Landon? Besides that joke episode?
Yeah. Just Landon, yeah.
All right, cool. And for today's podcast, we are continuing on from part one of the notoriously bad fandoms and communities. So, we're going to skip the questions, obviously, since we already talked about it. And we are now gonna, before we get into the actual, rest of the list that we had already, Ruben's gonna go through the ones that we already talked about in part one. And since we have Landon here, he actually has some, since he's new here, it's going to be a bit more of an insight. Like, he's going to add more to the things that we talked about previously. But before we get into it, just remember that trigger warning, if some of these things are triggering to you, then feel free to skip this episode, as well as don't worry about the previous episode, because like we said, there are topics that are here that are triggering, cringing, and overall just
mind-numbing.
Exactly. Just very sensitive topics. So and now that I'm free from my first semester, we can now start actually posting real shit instead of just podcast episodes. So but on that note, Ruben, what did we talk about in part one?
Okay, so just to recap, for YouTubers, we talked about Corey X Kenshin, VTubers, SML, The Amazing Digital Circus, Mr. Beast, and Logang / Jake Paulers. So, Landon, do you have any insight on any of those?
Well, I know I've said this last night when I went to dinner with Mateo. I said how for the Digital Circus, the fandom got so bad that it caused the creator to disown them.
I heard about that. I think Jordan brought that up in the original one.
Yeah, I think so too. But it's like, you got so many people in that fandom with constant shipping of characters, people trying to figure out, okay, what does the show have secrets and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I brought that up, yeah.
That's all I got for it though, but probably as the list goes on, I'll probably have insight on other stuff.
Okay. Any of the other stuff for you YouTubers?
Corey X Kenshin, no. VTubers, no. SML, no. Mr. Beast, I have to dig through my memory to remember on. But for the Logang and Jake Paulers, no.
Okay. For video games, we talked about FNAF, Sonic, Roblox, Pokemon, Genshin Impact, the Melina fandom for Mortal Kombat, Undertale, Dead by Daylight, Doki Doki Literature Club, League of Legends, Fortnite, Overwatch, Call of Duty, Danganronpa, and Devil May Cry as an honorable mention. So any of these you want to add insight on?
I wasn't really part of the FNAF fandom, so I got nothing on that. Sonic, I don't have anything on that besides the really cool EXE games. Roblox, I do not dare want to talk about, considering what happens on there now.
Well, we gave a warning, so if you want to say it, go ahead.
Or just, briefly talk about it. You don't have to say exactly, but
to make what I'm about to say safe, too many diddlers.
Yeah,
we talked about that.
Pokemon, I wasn't really much into Pokemon, but I do find some of them cool. Genshin Impact, not really much of a fan of. I don't care about the Melina fandom that much.
Okay.
For Undertale, though, I've told this to Mateo last night, too. There's a specific one of, the alternate universes that's been named that no one dares talk about.
Okay.
I'm not even going to say the name, but I guess everyone can figure that out for itself.
Okay.
Dead by Daylight, haven't played that game that much, so don't really know. Doki Doki, I know the joke of I gently open the door.
Yeah, that's literally the only joke they revolve around.
League of Legends, I know people don't shower if they play that game. Fortnite, nah, I'm just gonna not say.
I just said they buy any slop that's in the shop, including Toon Sahur.
Overwatch, oh, how can I say for this one? The same hardware for that game got it more popular with the different art.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Call of Duty, that's basically just if you got money, spend all of it, like Disneyland. I already said Call of Duty again. Danganronpa, don't really know much about that. Devil May Cry, same thing.
Alright. For TV shows, we talked about The Loud House, Stranger Things, My Little Pony, Steven Universe, Invincible, The Boys, Rick and Morty, Has Been Hotel, South Park, and True Crime. So, want to read any insight?
For Loud House, it's just.
I mean, we talked a lot about that
I
one.
mean, like, come on, they're fucking kids. There's only one that's like of age, but like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
Stranger Things, not that much, but it's like weird how one of the characters had to admit like they're gay, and that literally has no idea with the plot.
I literally said that in the previous one.
My Little Pony, like I know you said in the video too about the bronies and stuff like that. Steven Universe, that one video of like, oh, like dealing with the it's this freaking joke of like black people can't marry white people thing.
Yep. I sort of brought that up.
The Invincible. Don't know much about the Invincible fandom except for the freaking wobble edits.
Okay.
The Boys, not that much. Rick and Morty, like you said, with them being pretending to be smart because of that show. Has Been Hotel, I can add one thing to which apparently people are saying the creator of it was racist at
Okay.
some point.
Okay.
And like she hasn't apologized for anything that she said.
Ooh.
And I think for Has Been, I'll put in Hell of a Boss 2, where the voice actor for Blitz accidentally did blackface once.
Okay.
I think I have to dig through to find out. South Park, I know they're doing political stuff because of Trump and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
True Crime, not that much with it.
Okay. And with that, we can finally continue on the list.
Yep. And one last trigger warning, like we said earlier, if any of these topics are triggering to you, because we are going to be talking about, I think Ruben just mentioned that it might not be as bad as what the ones we just talked about in the first part, but
we might just somehow remember it.
But still, best to just give the warning and actually be ready for a lot of content to be made, hopefully, basically in the other half of the year. This whole first half of the year has just been nothing but podcasts and then one gameplay episode. So the other half will try to release as much content as possible. But on that note, let's continue on with part 2, starting with...
So we are starting with the anime category, and our first for this category is Dragon Ball Z. So the best way I can describe it is like, think of any fictional character. Let's say Scorpion from Mortal Kombat, right?
Or Superman.
Yeah, Superman, okay? And those guys are like crazy powerful, right? And then here comes Dragon Ball Z fan, but can he beat Goku? That and just power scaling. Other than that, I don't know much about Dragon Ball Z fandom.
Pretty much the entire thing about that is like you said, with Scorpion or Superman or any powerful fictional character, someone's going to bring up like, oh, can they beat Goku? This is probably going to piss a lot of people off, but I don't care. Some fictional characters can beat Goku.
Yeah.
Because again, I forgot which anime episode, Goku still has that heart condition.
Okay.
For the majority of these anime ones, I have like nothing to say.
Yeah, it's probably just me, mostly me and Landon for this one. Next up, One Piece. From what I know about them is just superiority complex, saying like their anime is the best, even though not everyone's going to spend God knows how long watching the entirety of One Piece.
I think I remember there's like 4,000 something episodes made for that anime, and I don't want to sit through every single one.
Yeah.
What do you mean? You could do it in Montana and just watch the entirety of the show in 1 week.
Hey, I got work.
What you're trying to say is that you have a life.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't say much about One Piece. That's all I put on here for, though.
Except I find it funny how it's like as soon as you eat a special fruit, you can't swim.
Uh-huh. All right. Next up, Demon Slayer. I forgot what I put Demon Slayer on here for. I'm trying to remember it.
I got nothing with it. Someone in the comments help us out.
Oh, it was manga spoilers. That's what it was. Because people who read the manga, they just immediately spoil it for anyone who just started episode 1. They're like, oh, you like that character? Well, guess what? That character dies in freaking the 40th manga or something. You can technically say that with like almost any form of media, but like it's heavy in the Demon Slayer community.
And isn't there also like a specific joke that they have where like the main demon villain looks weirdly like Michael Jackson?
Yeah, that's just some dumb joke. Next up is Jujutsu Kaisen. This is kind of similar to Undertale, as in like people who like Jujutsu Kaisen only like it for one character, that being Gojo. Other than that, I don't know much.
I don't know much about it either. I just know that.
All right. Next up is Chainsaw Man. Similar to Devil May Cry, people all of a sudden everyone likes Chainsaw Man simply for the movie coming out.
Isn't the movie already out or no?
Well, yeah, it came out a while ago, but I'm saying like a majority of people just for whatever reason started liking Chainsaw Man simply for the movie. Even though those people probably hated Chainsaw Man for whatever reason.
I don't really know much about Chainsaw Man, but I'm not even going to explain what the hell I've saw, but I've
Well,
seen enough to understand
That's the
why.
only thing I know about the Chainsaw Man community. Okay, but don't worry, I have a lot to talk about for My Hero Academia.
Oh no.
So I'm sure like the moment you heard anime, this is probably the first anime that popped in your head when we were talking about fandoms. So let's see, where do I even start with this one? You got all the shipping in this anime, and I mean all of it. You put two characters in just this one shot for 1 second, everyone just ships them for whatever reason. Even if in unfortunate most cases, one's an adult, the other's a minor.
Yeah.
Then you have those shippers who send death threats to the creator simply for the fact that Deku X Uraraka is like somewhat canon instead of like Deku X Bakugo or some shit, which explain the logic there.
This is making me remember times I wish I can forget.
And on that topic, and yes, I'm gonna go there, people freaking they just decide what their sexuality is, those characters. Like they're like, oh, Deku is bi, Bakugo is gay, freaking Toga's a lesbian. But yeah.
I find it funny how throughout that entire fandom, like I'm agreeing with what you're saying. They do specifically like to torture one character, and I think his name is Mineta.
Okay, well that's reasonable.
Yeah.
Because that dude's a pervert.
And I think it was hinted that in one episode he got tortured so badly that he stopped being a pervert.
Yeah, I think like the creator just like straight up announced that that character is bi. So naturally everyone hates that of all the characters to be in the LGBTQ community, it's him.
The one that looks like he has a grape on his head.
Yeah. Even though there's trans characters in that anime, but whatever. I'm sure there's more to the My Hero Academia fandom than just that, though. Surprisingly. But I just cannot remember it now, because that's the only thing I think about is the shipping.
I remember seeing pictures of people drawing, what is it, All Might, like in his normal form, looking like a meth head.
Yeah.
Considering, like, oh, he wears, like, these baggy clothes, and, like, he looks freaking stoned out of his mind.
Yeah. And you know, maybe, just maybe, I can forgive all of this if My Hero Academia wasn't a shonen anime. Or action to anyone who's not into anime.
I got nothing left for that.
Like, bro, the ships are like the bare minimum of the plot.
What else do we got? I want to move past this.
Well, that's it for anime, except I want to briefly talk about anime as a whole.
This is where I can jump in.
Yeah, because due to the large influence of anime, everyone just sees Japan as they're living in anime, and they overglaze Japan.
Ooh, do I have some news for you, people who want to live in Japan? I hope you like living in really tall buildings and working every single day till you break.
Yes, people think Japan is like they're living in the future. It's like the perfect country. I'm gonna tell you this right now. You do not want to live in Japan. You can visit it. That's fine. Like you can visit there for a trip.
There are many places in the world that I can consider great places to visit, horrible places to live. Florida is the exact like number one in my opinion, but I haven't like delved into Japan that much. But apparently, from what these guys are saying, it's an
Yes,
example.
you're gonna be working like 18 hours a day, getting
More
paid
than
like
18 hours, actually. They even work on weekends if they have to with minimum pay.
yeah. So you gotta work your ass off just to barely scrape by to buy sardines or some shit. Uh,
Hope you like skydiving.
yeah, and people say like, "Oh, it's the perfect country because the crime rate is very low." Well, I'm very sorry to say this, but the reason why the crime rate is low is because no one's actually reporting the crimes.
I mean, this is also me just adding on. Like, you don't see homelessness in Japan, but there are homeless people. It's just that they know where to hide.
Uh-huh.
And I know this is gonna be dark, but I did say I hope you like skydiving. I didn't specify where you can skydive, but since working really long hours, not being able to see your family, it's gonna do something to your brain.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
So you can pretty much hint what I mean.
But back on the topic of anime, the anime fandom as a whole is the main reason why I just try to avoid watching anime or getting into the anime community. Is just because, well, yes, with almost every single one of these fandoms, there are like the best type of people where you can, build a great community and stuff. But at the same time, though, you can't ignore a lot of like the people that legitimately make the fandom unbearable to just be around. And I know I could. This just may sound like just me being a negative Nancy, but first off, it's just mainly because of the fact that I see all of this toxicity within anime that just like it just turns me off so badly. And like I mentioned, like of course there's toxicity within other fandoms, but specifically with anime, it's just a big red flag in my opinion. And again, I could have I could probably meet like the best people, like the best friends ever, and like have like the most positive takes on anime. But I'm pretty sure like you can't escape like fandoms. Like if you were to go into a convention, I'm pretty sure there will be some people that will have some like toxic as shit like things about anime.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, no, go ahead.
And I know since this isn't on the list, I do want to give a mention to one anime, to which, do you ever heard of one called Miss Kobayashi Dragon Maid?
I have heard of that one, yes.
Do you know about the specific of, like, I think her name is Lukoa,
Yeah, I know about her, yeah.
and like her basically being with the kid?
Yep.
You can already take what the hell I'm going
Yeah,
with
I
it.
know. Yeah, and if you freaking exchange the roles, people are gonna have a problem. Either way, it's problematic.
Yeah, because it's weird how like she's like thousands of years old,
Yep.
and she's basically wanting this kid.
Yeah.
Who has, which the kid wants nothing to do with her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
To which I sort of think of it as like, oh, where the hell is this kid's mom? So is she technically the caretaker to this kid? And why the heck does she want this kid in a flirtatious way?
Yeah.
It's just weird.
Yeah, and like I said, if you freaking reverse the roles, people are gonna have a problem with it. But either way, it's problematic.
Yeah.
And then of course there's like a whole bajillion other things that just make the anime fandom as a whole just like very like trying to make you avoid it as much as possible. Like them having characters that are like said to be thousands of years old, but like look like a child.
Oh, I talked about that with Genshin.
Yeah, exactly. Or just the fact that like you send death threats for just things that you want to see. Meanwhile, it's a creator's thing. Let them do what the fuck they want.
Mm-hmm.
And just because of the fact that like I've been like everyone, I just find anime in general just overrated as fuck because it's like, all right, cool, yeah, there may be some great concepts, but like, why is everyone treating it like it's like the second coming of Jesus or something?
Like the greatest thing in the world.
Exactly, and that can kind of like that in that mindset alone of like something's like, dude, you have to check out this. It's the best thing in the world. I'm going into that with like the most critical mindset ever.
And a grain of salt too.
Yeah, exactly. And then at that point, I'm just like, okay, well, I don't understand why this is like the best thing ever. Like a great example is In and Out. People say it's like the best thing on the planet, and I tried it. It's like, I mean, it's fine.
It's mid. I will give a shout out though for the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh! I think.
Mm-hmm.
To which may he rest in peace. To which the Yu-Gi-Oh! Fandom is fine.
Mm-hmm.
There's no problems, I believe. but I think the creator for Yu-Gi-Oh did pass away when he was trying to save someone and ended up drowning.
Ah,
Oh wow.
that's depressing.
Shout out to that guy. I will admit that.
Mhm.
To which the people he rescued are safe. He just, I think, got swept up and drowned.
No.
Oh yeah, that's it for anime. So now we're moving on to movies. First up is Star Wars. Now, I don't know jack shit about Star Wars, but from what I've gathered, there are no bigger haters of Star Wars than Star Wars fans themselves.
If I may try to piece together what I think the fandom is like if I don't like, especially back in the day, I don't think there was a more humongous fandom than Star Wars, because like theaters back then would get sold out the minute the movie came out. Like it was that big, and of course, if you're gonna have a gigantic like fandom, there's gonna be the weird ones, and from what I've gathered, I think it's just that you cannot. It's another one of those cases where you cannot please everyone, and you're gonna have people that are like, "Why did you kill off this character?" Or like, some of the stuff that of white people hate are warranted, like Jar Jar Binks. But then
I've destroyed the entire fandom. Ah!
Exactly. But then going out of their way to like I think what they did was, I could be wrong about this, but I think they sent death threats to the actor when he was like, "Oh man, this is my first time ever getting like a big role in something," and they just the whole fandom just trashed not only Jar Jar Binks but him as well. And that's where you're just like, okay, you're just going too far at that point, dude. Like he didn't do anything. He just literally just did his job as just a character, and you're gonna send death threats and just like be so goddamn toxic to this guy that only just did it for the money.
Misa just wanted to be comic relief. I do find it funny though for how like for the Star Wars movies, I think there was a scene where it's like in the newer ones, like Rey is holding up this knife and then she extends something, and that scene made no sense. I find it funny how for Lego Star Wars they make that scene actually make sense. Like literally, if you play any Lego Star Wars games, even the new ones, like they'll make a scene make sense better than how the movies do.
Mm-hmm. I remember we're talking about fandoms. Try not to go stray off.
Okay, I'm keeping back on track.
Well, I don't know much about this segment, so
No, I don't know much. Either.
I'm just gonna double check real quick.
Well, I guess in the meantime we could just move on to the next one, even though.
Oh, okay. So basically, all the people bitching and complaining about wokeness, which I'm pretty sure, like
You can say that like
most things.
You can say that with any YouTuber, any video game, any TV show, or any anime.
Which I guess I'll add this one thing: woke is fine as long as it's not forced.
Yeah.
And I feel like many people take that like they take that woke idea like the wrong way, and they just are like, anything woke is horrible. Like, bro, it's fine.
Yeah. Like if it's just like simply there, then like it's fine. Like, I may stray off topic, but like one LGBTQ community, the LGBTQ representative, I don't believe it's forced at all, is Kung Jin from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Like he's not a gay character. He's a character that happens to be gay, if that makes any sense. And that's fine.
Harassment, yada yada yada.
Yep, just the usual. By the way, when me and Mateo were researching this, the only answer we were able to find was the fandom is toxic. Like, I'm gonna need a little more than just that.
So they were just putting it blunt without any like explanation on why.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, in the meantime, we could just move on to the next one, even if you guys are gonna have to carry it.
Okay, online harassment, death threats, sexism has plagued the fan base. The infighting and intolerance among fans are damaging the franchise's reputation. Well, yeah, no shit, Sherlock.
Okay.
All right, but yeah, the usual stuff, and of course, I think we mentioned this before. If we don't say anything like, oh, like R34, of course it's with everything. So it's like there's no real point to really talk about those, but we're going to talk about the ones
if it exists.
Exactly.
Yep, I said that. Anyways, next up is Harry Potter. Again, you guys are gonna have to carry it because I don't know jack shit.
Other than the creator of Harry Potter being the more,
She's problematic.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But as a fandom,
Actually, I do know about one thing, that being the launch of Hogwarts Legacy.
I've played that game, Twitch.
Well, it's because, like, what's meant, the creator was transphobic or something like that.
Yeah.
So people will get mad at you for just simply playing that game. They will just assume you're transphobic, even though that has nothing to do with, like, you playing this game.
yeah, and I think there's also a Harry Potter reboot happening, and like the same shit is that where like the fans assume, oh, you're transphobic if you were to like watch this. It's like, brother, do you have any idea? Like, I'm just
Like,
They're basically just British wizards.
yeah. Like, bro, I'm just here because, well, I mean, I don't like Harry Potter, but if I did, I'm just here because I like wizards and I like magic. I'm not transphobic or anything. With that logic, then freaking, if you eat Chick-fil-A, then
You're
you support
transphobic.
Trump. You're Republican. Even though that has nothing to do with the freaking quality of the chicken. But anyways, yeah, I only know about the Hogwarts Legacy thing. Like any streamer or YouTuber who plays it, they get called transphobic.
Yeah, a lot of those people, though, as soon as that game launched, did get death threats.
Yeah.
To which I don't understand why, because like I get the creator is bad. The game, of course, has nothing to do with it, so why, of course, send death threats to people just because they want to play the game?
Right.
Like, it makes no sense to me. Like, I've played it. I'm not transphobic.
Mm-hmm.
And the game's fine. There's literally nothing wrong with it. I just find it weird how, like, since because the creator of Harry Potter is bad, that's like, okay, yeah, then that game's gonna be bad.
Mm-hmm.
And the franchise is bad because of the creator.
Uh-huh.
I just like magic. I like seeing these cool creatures. I don't care about the creator, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
You can say fuck the creator, but still like the I mean, okay, some parts of that are not like because like with music or something,
Like separate the art from the artist, basically.
Yeah.
in my I wish I can do that with some things, but it's like if an artist completely like you cannot listen to David anymore at this point.
Yeah.
Like I don't think anyone can say yeah I still like the music and still say I like I hate David. Like that's stupid of you to try to work around that, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to what the like, because if you did not know anything about the controversy and it's like, oh yeah, I like this, and it's like, yeah, sure, that's fine, but and another thing, I think that the two comparisons, like, okay, if you like the idea, because in Britain, of course, Harry Potter is such a big thing, and it's like it's practically a part of their culture.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a big thing there. It's like, yeah, that's fine. It's like they can't just undo the shit that they that they love so much just because the creator of it just happened to be this. I think honestly it might be less about the creator and just more about the community being so big and just having to like spread the love about it. It's like, hey, it's bringing them together, and it's like, okay, well, fuck the creator. I'll just focus on the media itself.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And with some of the fandoms too, I've been thinking of this saying, Twitch, since some of the fandoms do act the same to each other, I'll just say this: same shit, different toilet.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to look at fucking Wikipedia.
Wikipedia.
I guess we could just move on now.
Yeah.
'Cause
What else do we got on the list?
Yeah, it's
next up is Marvel, and I was thinking about splitting this into like its own category since Marvel is like such a huge brand. I mean, I know you can technically say about Star Wars, but like none of us are like that big of Star Wars fans. So
also so sorry for interrupting, but also again, if you're getting like mad about us saying these like what we're just saying out loud, then first off, you're just proving our point further, and second of all, take this with a grain of salt because we didn't fully do the amount of research, even though we probably should have, and we're just going off of what we heard from the internet. So if you want a place to blame the internet for giving us shit, descriptions of what you have. But again, if you're those people that are the reason why that your fandom is as bad as it is, then you're a part of the problem if you're getting mad about this.
If your fandom is mentioned here, maybe consider why for what we've talked about and just think we should change.
yeah. All right. Well, anyways, moving on to Marvel.
Yeah.
Like I said, I feel you could split this into like so many categories since Marvel is such a huge brand. So first, you have the Tobey Maguire fans and their hatred towards Andrew Garfield. Now, me and Mateo, of course, we did a podcast about Andrew Garfield's movies, and one of our biggest takeaways was that like people just immediately like turned down this movie simply for the fact that it's not Tobey Maguire, which is like it's not fair for Andrew Garfield.
But at the time, like there was no escaping it. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. If we were our age right now at that time, I'm pretty sure we probably would have jumped on that hate, maybe. But nowadays, when you look back on it, it's like Andrew did not deserve any of the hate that he got, because I personally believe that Andrew is an incredible Spider-Man. Like his acting and everything, fucking phenomenal in my opinion.
I do understand because like people who grew up with Tobey Maguire now see this new actor playing a Spider-Man and they don't like that. But also too, Andrew Garfield can freaking act really freaking good. I know this is getting off topic, but I have seen other movies he was in, and he's actually a really freaking good actor.
I've seen him in a few movies as well.
Like he's phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Like when there's an emotional moment, I think he's the best at that. When shit is emotional, he fucking nails that shit.
Yeah, he does.
And I think what I've been seeing now too is like you got the Tobey Maguire fans hating Andrew Garfield, and now you got the Andrew Garfield fans now hating the Tom Holland ones.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like
I think both the Toby and Andrew might say that about Tom.
Yeah.
But I think the best way to describe it, and I think that's what like the general consensus is that Tobey Maguire was a good Peter Parker, Andrew Garfield was an incredible Spider-Man, and Tom just happened to just be like the one that's just best at both worlds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And also because he looked more like a kid than any of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember how old Tobey Maguire was when he started the.
I can look it up real quick.
Yeah.
But
Andrew Garfield was like 20...
he was 29 when he was making those movies.
Yeah. I get why that would be your criticism for Andrew Garfield, is that he does not look young enough. I'll agree with that, but everything else he captures perfectly.
Andrew Garfield's Peter Parker looks like he would be a Peter that went to college.
Yeah. I made that same joke. Like I would get like if you didn't like Andrew Garfield's movies. After all, me and Mateo have our opinions on that. But like simply just turning it down because it's Andrew Garfield's just like it's not fair.
I just happen to like the first Andrew Garfield movie better, just because it had the more movie feel to it. Like because I can appreciate the more comic book like
silliness.
The silliness of the Tobey Maguire movies, which I actually haven't seen it fully yet, but just from first impressions, I'm like I kind of like the more movie likeness of Andrew Garfield movies.
Okay, so you know how he said like, oh, how old Tom Holland was when he first started as Spider-Man?
Tom Holland?
Oh no,
Toby.
Oh, fucking whatever its name was. Same shit, different toy.
Okay.
Okay, so when Tom Holland first started as Spider-Man, he was 18.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's a Spider-Man.
And now I'm gonna look up how old Andrew was.
Andrew was 29.
Mm-hmm.
Looking up Toby.
But Tobey Maguire.
Mixing of all the Spider-Mans.
It's okay. There's so many.
Yeah.
I spelled his last name wrong.
I'm assuming.
Oh, he was 26.
Okay.
So, okay.
That's still old, but
yeah.
But he kind of looked like he got the nerdy one, and I think what Andrew. Okay, we're getting way off topic, but
yeah, because there's still more to Marvel.
Yeah.
The next up, I just swapped out from the miscellaneous category and put it here. That being the comic accuracy police. You can technically say that's about DC, but like I feel it's like more heavy with Marvel.
Sorry about that. I should have moved.
And same goes back to Spider-Man. You know, people are saying like this and that is not comic accurate. You know, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man with the organic webs, and then Tom Holland's Spider-Man, how Uncle Ben just does not exist.
You can also say that with anime too about manga accuracy. It's like that's not manga accuracy, accurate or some shit.
Yeah. Some other problems with like comic accuracy. I mean, like some of it is valid. Like when people were complaining about how Taskmaster was portrayed in the movie, it's like okay, that's reasonable. But I'm sure like there's like some where like people are like, like the character was cool in the movies, but like people are gonna be like, oh, that's not comic accurate. I forgot like who the examples were.
A lot of people do say, like, of course, with DC, with comic accuracy, some people say, like, oh, if you don't see Batman comforting a kid and whatnot, you just made the Punisher in a cape.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Never thought about it that way.
Because, of
Actually.
course, Batman, when he first started, he was, like, processing the trauma that he had when he was a kid. So, of course, when something happens to kids, he'll try to comfort them. If your Batman doesn't do that, you have made the Punisher in a cape.
Yeah.
And the Punisher is just Batman with guns.
Technically, that exists too.
Let's see what else you got. Then you have the Wanda stand, like more particularly in the MCU, where people think Wanda is like the best character in the MCU.
Oh, she's
That is definitely not the case, bro. There's way better characters than Wanda.
Yeah, how can I take a character that's so underdeveloped like Wanda and say that she's
No.
the best character?
And, people are saying, like, Wanda's, like, completely innocent, Her multiversal killing spree is justified.
She's not.
Definitely not, dude.
Hell, even the actress that played fucking Wanda in the movie said that she did not like it.
Yeah, I remember that.
Which is kind of, I kind of feel bad whenever I hear that, like, oh, you did not have a good time, like, playing the role that you did, which is, like, a big role, too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Jeanette McCurdy with Sam on iCarly, apparently, she really had, like, a horrible time, like, playing that character and, like, well, acting in general, so I feel really bad, like, hearing those, whenever actors have to say that out loud.
Yeah, and lastly for the Marvel community, unless y'all got to add more, there are Deadpool cosplayers.
Oh,
They're,
boy.
like, so insufferable in conventions. Like, they harass people and they think it's okay simply for the fact that they're Deadpool. Bro, those people are the same people Deadpool would make fun of.
There is one Deadpool cosplayer that isn't problematic because he asks people if he could do stuff, to which if they say okay, he will, but if they say no, he won't do anything.
Yeah, it's that simple.
I mean, I don't know, I haven't seen, like, much videos about it, but, like, the Deadpool Uber, I'm pretty sure he probably would do a much better job, because he's driving, so he can't even do the horrible shit that they do in the conventions, but like, I bet, like, that, I'm pretty sure that Deadpool is probably better than, like, half of, like, the majority of Deadpool cosplayers.
That's Compool.
Compool.
Yeah. I don't know what else to say about Marvel in general. I'm sure there's more to it. After all. Oh, my bad. The fandom is toxic.
Really?
Who would have guessed?
Oh my god.
I'm pretty sure it's, like, a lot of people, like, like, complaining about wokeness and not these characters, like,
yeah.
like, I'm pretty sure there are probably still some people out there that are, like, that are saying that, oh, why is fucking Samuel L. Jackson Nick Fury? I don't give a fuck. Nick Fury, like, Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury was badass.
Go back to comic accuracy, police. There's a case right there.
I have seen people getting mad when the Deadpool and Wolverine movie came out, where it's like, I think it's the scene where they went to this one dimension that had Xavier's sister?
Yeah, Cassandra Nova.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, you see, like, Johnny Storm again,
Mm-hmm.
and then suddenly, just like that, he gets killed.
Yeah.
I've seen so many people get pissed off at that scene.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
I mean, that's kind of reasonable, though. It's like, bro, you brought Chris Evans, which probably was, like, a big fucking, like, paycheck for him to even be in this movie, so.
Mm-hmm.
and he only gets, like, what, a couple seconds of screen time before he gets eviscerated.
I would
Yeah.
say, like, a couple minutes, probably, like, a few minutes.
Yeah, a few minutes. I mean, I will admit, the Fantastic Four fans were, like, mad around that time
They
because
were
Johnny
pissed.
just got done dirty there. And then you got Fortnite with Doom freaking turning Reed into a ball, turning Ben into a chair.
I think there was, like, one case that just had an empty chair, but we can know who the hell's sitting in it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it for Marvel.
There's probably many more, but we're just gonna move on because there's a lot in this list.
Surprisingly not. We only got this much left.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Okay, yeah. So I think this will be pretty fast. These next two, they're pretty tame. First up is Luca, the Pixar movie.
Which, oddly enough, as an Italian, I still haven't seen that movie yet.
Yeah. And there's not much to this other than Similar to some other ones, people like to enforce sexuality on the main characters, even though they're kids.
Yes.
And people just focus more so on this imaginary plot rather than literally everything else in the movie. Like, are we forgetting the Italian representation here?
Probably like the first Italian movie like ever,
Yeah.
other than Cars 2.
We don't talk about Cars 2.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as a kid, I loved that movie, but I kind of want to rewatch it just to see if my opinion still holds up on it.
Even when I was a kid, I slept watching that movie.
You slept it. That's funny.
I think I slept on that movie too.
Okay. Well, anyways, Luca, like I just
I
said.
woke up. I woke up during the Italian scenes.
I woke up to the ending.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it for Luca. Just, people enforcing their sexuality on these kids, by the way, and just ignoring literally everything else in the
And
movie.
I think I remember seeing somewhere, like, I think it was a video. I don't know if that person deleted that video or kept it up. That person thought literally the entire time of the humans on the surface hating the sea monsters was because of racism.
Of course, dude.
I mean, to be fair, wait, hold on. Was it Disney or DreamWorks that did?
It was Disney. Or
Okay.
Pixar, to be specific.
Okay. I think. Well, first off, this is just a complaint about Disney. I think Disney has done way too many like not to be prejudiced movies because it's like, yeah, sure, I feel like we already get the gist. Just never be prejudiced in this day in the year of 2026. I think we actually know. I mean, don't get me wrong. I feel like it's fine to keep doing it, but it's like Disney, you've done that so many times at this point.
I was gonna say make a reboot of Notre Dame, but then I realized they're just gonna ruin it.
Yeah.
Have you seen the live action remakes of almost every one of them?
Yes, I have. I want to bleach my eyes.
Yeah. Well, next up is Encanto, and it's kind of similar to Luca. Again, another Pixar film where people just enforce sexualities on these characters and ignore literally everything else, even though the main message of the movie is generational trauma.
Generational trauma and be kind to your family.
Yeah. And once again, ignoring the Colombian representation, okay? As someone who's in the Hispanic community, that pisses me off.
The music's good. The message is clear. Please stop assigning sexualities to people.
Right.
It's like the creators, even if they didn't even like, I'm pretty sure half the time they're not even like thinking about like sexualities.
No, they're not.
They're just like, oh, here's a character. Here's
the
a
main
character.
message is family and generational trauma. But they're just watering down to freaking LGBTQ representation, even though there's no hints of it.
Actually, funnily enough, going back to the Loud House, they do a much better job like hinting at like LGBTQ because I think Luna, the rock star,
Yeah, she's actually I think bisexual lesbian.
Yeah, and the way that they showed it was very awesome. It's like, oh, I don't like they were like, oh, I don't know if Sam, making everyone think it's a guy who's like, oh, I don't know if Sam's gonna like me, and then they did the twist ending where it's like, oh, Sam is a girl. It's like, that is so cool. That's how it should be, subtle and just not forced.
I think they did, like, going back to our house, they hinted about it. Like, they didn't force it. They hinted, and then that episode came on. It's like, okay, yeah, she is bisexual lesbian.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I feel like that works, but just like, if you're just gonna plaster a rainbow on a character and just say, oh yeah, look at me, like, bro.
Yeah.
You're forcing it at that point.
Like, Steven Universe, like, even if, like, the show itself, I mean, I haven't seen the show, but I'm pretty sure, like, it's all over the place.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna be that one guy that's like, I don't like the fact that they're, like, throwing, like, all this to children and, like, making children think that, they're, it's forcing children to, like, be exposed to LGBT. It's like, what? Who cares?
Literally, they're, like, Garnet is two women in a relationship that have, of course, like, you got the power of fusion, like, fused into one to make Garnet.
Yeah. Do you really think kids are going to be thinking about LGBTQ at that age?
No, they're going to see, like,
they're just going to be seeing, like, characters.
Cool.
Right.
They're not going to care about any of that stuff.
Yeah, and one more thing about Encanto, and this is just really funny to me. Along with all these sexualities, they headcanon that Bruno, the character we all know and love, they think he's autistic because, get this, he knocks on wood and throws salt over his shoulder.
That pissed me off.
How does that relate back to autism?
I have no goddamn
I mean,
clue.
it could be a stem, but, like, I don't think he's autistic.
He's not.
I actually
That's a
haven't seen.
superstition thing.
I actually haven't seen Encanto yet, but
And it's good. Just don't interact with fandom. Even though
that movie's like how many years
like
old now?
5 years old at this point. Anyways, now we're moving on to the honorable mention of movies. That being K-pop Demon Hunters, because I'm not going to be talking about the fandom. I'm going to be talking about the haters of K-pop Demon Hunters. Because every single post I see of people hating K-pop Demon Hunters, they always use the exact same clip, which is Rumi, Zoe, and Mira eating food at the plane. That's the only clip they use, and I'm just like, do they think that's the entire movie?
That just goes to show they only watched the movie and stopped right there. And
that
thought
is
that was
literally at like the first 3 minutes of the film. They didn't even get to the conflict of the film.
I just found that scene funny, not problematic.
Right. Like, what? And another complaint I hear about it is it's a ripoff of Demon Slayer.
No, it's not.
How?
Demon Hunters, Demon Slayer, copyright. It's like,
bro, there's multiple forms of media where people kill demons. The only comparison I can make is one of the main characters is a half demon. That's it. Everything else, those movies, no, the movie and the show have nothing in common.
Isn't also I think that movie's message too is like accept who you are.
Pretty much, yeah. But it's okay. The haters didn't even reach that part. They just stopped at them eating food.
I mean, if you're the type of person that's like, I find the people that say I don't like musicals, like, I would find that a better reason to not like the movie rather than just that itself.
I'm sure. What else is another complaint about it? I'm sure there's more to it, but like, basically, like from what I gather, they never have a justified reason to hate the movie. It's just, bro, what is this corny shit? It's the same clip of them eating food. Like, bro, you haven't even reached like the main plot of the film.
Again, if it was because I just don't like musicals, it's like, okay, yeah, fine, whatever. But just because they're eating food at the beginning of the film, that just goes to show that you haven't watched the full movie, by the way.
Right.
You were gonna watch it, saw that part, and then stopped thinking that's the rest of the movie.
But yeah, this is all I gotta say about that. Alright, well now we're moving on to music artist.
Okay, now I can actually say some shit.
Alright, starting with Taylor Swift fans, or better named Swifties.
Yep.
I got nothing to say on that.
Really? Because I'm pretty sure everyone can say what the problems with Swifties are. They are the exact representation of they will eat anything up that is Taylor Swift related.
Okay,
Yeah,
they're like
that I could say
anything Taylor Swift related, even if the majority of people say it's awful, they will still eat it. I mean, there is that one case where her most recent album was the only time where the Taylor Swift fans were actually like, actually admitted they didn't like it. That was the one time that they broke character.
Yeah.
That was the one time they were like, you know what? This actually is bad. But anytime else,
this shit's ass.
They caused earthquakes in concerts.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about how crazy they are? That's how much.
How the hell do you cause an earthquake?
Jumping at unison and like in a gigantic arena, them jumping up and down and yelling their hearts out caused like a 1.2 earthquake. Equivalent of that.
God damn.
Of course, it's not anything major. A 1.2 earthquake is not crazy, but it's like still like that's from people jumping.
Yeah.
And of course, like
they're a hive mind, bro.
They're hive mind. But no, like seriously, like the idea, like of course this whole like fandom goes beyond like the test of time of just like yeah. Even back then, people knew how like crazy Taylor Swift fans were. Like it does not matter. Like you could show them any other form of music, and they're go like, "What is this? This is not good."
Yeah,
this is not Taylor Swift.
Mm-hmm.
You can listen to other music, you know.
Yeah. That's it for Taylor Swift, yeah?
Practically, it's
all right. Next up is Kendrick Lamar fans. So ever since the whole Kendrick Lamar and Drake thing, all of a sudden everybody and their grandma is a fan of Kendrick Lamar.
All because of that one freaking song that was spammed over and over again on radio stations.
Yes. And I'm gonna tell you this right now. I bet half of you didn't even know who Kendrick Lamar was until that drama.
Yeah, Kendrick's a good music artist. It's just that ever since that one song, you all know the name of it, first came out, you can't go 5 minutes without hearing it.
Right.
Which what sucked too is I remember my dad went to Singapore once. I was driving to work. It was 4 something in the morning. The song ended right as the radio hosts were finished talking. The song started again.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, naturally, considering everyone plays this song like 100 times a day, naturally, it got irritating hearing it every single day. To the point, naturally, most people don't like the song anymore. But if you say you don't like the song or you don't like Kendrick Lamar, they're going to assume you're a Drake fan. Even though that has literally nothing to do with Drake. Watch, anyone who said, like, I don't like Kendrick Lamar, and if you say I'm a Drake fan, then you're proving my point.
I mean, hell, like, I think at this point you should understand that I think Drake's popularity has fucking dropped significantly, even like, of course, with the music video and like the music and shit. But I feel like you should already put two and two together. Like, oh, like if you're like, I mean, I can't speak much because I don't really care for either artist, but
I don't care about rap in general.
Same. But I mean, still, like, if you don't like Kendrick Lamar, just don't go immediately thinking that I like Drake or some shit.
I don't really care about rap much in general, but I'm neither a fan of Drake or Kendrick.
Right.
I don't care for either of them. I just happen to think Kendrick is just a tad better than
right. And like, bro, I'm gonna be real. The drama Drake and Kendrick, like, bro, I only cared about that for like a day. People went on with that for like years. Like, bro, we get it, okay? Anyways, next up is K-pop as a whole.
So we technically briefly talked about this with K-pop Demon Hunters, but with K-pop in general,
just K-pop in general. I mean, it's kind of same vein as anime. Like, due to like the huge culture of K-pop, people just assume that's the entirety of South Korea. Yes, South Korea. Because people think Korea is just one country.
We got North and South.
Right.
Yeah.
North is run by a dictator. South actually is free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, I mean, that's basically it. Like, due to like the huge influence of K-pop, people just see that as the entirety of South Korea.
I can add a couple things to K-pop. One rule is like if you are a female K-pop star, you can't date anyone.
Yeah, I know about that. Like,
yeah,
they have a no dating rule.
There's like some stupid strict rules about it, like partially the reason why the singer for Rumi,
yeah,
the person who, like, I forgot her name, but like the singer for Rumi, the main character in K-pop Demon Hunters, couldn't be in a K-pop band because she was too old. There was like some very, very big ageism toward.
How old was she?
She's in her 30s.
That's not that old.
Yeah, but they want 20s. They are specifically wanting like 20s. And well, first off, she, like, I think that EJ, something like that. She's phenomenal. She sounds fantastic, and she's unbelievably talented. Why the fuck? Don't do the joke.
Okay.
But like, the whole ageism thing is like so fucking stupid. Like, if you're talented, you're talented.
Yeah.
I was trying to hold back that joke.
Okay, anyways. But, okay, I know I'm gonna kind of stray away from, like, the fandom and just talk about K-pop in general. The K-pop industry is, like, fucking horrible. Like, it's
really bad.
It's horrible. Like, they take, like, young children, like, even if they're, like, 8 years old, and they, like, force plastic surgery on them. They force them to, like, go on, like, strict diets, so, like, they can't eat that much so that they could be skinny. And yeah, it's pretty fucked up. And of course, there's the no dating rule.
Look at that, the Goodyear blimp is right there.
Okay. So like, I feel people just completely brush that off with like K-pop. Like, the industry itself is like really fucked up.
And
but they make good music. Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, but you can't really say that when you see how bad they're treated.
Mhm.
And ignoring that, just like the music itself is just like it's pop. At the
Yeah.
end of the day, it's still pop with just more. Like, I'm not gonna say something stupid like, oh, it's just pop with Korean language, but
I think I remember, I forgot which specific K-pop band was, but the main singer of it, like, she sang something, and when people translated it, they realized, like, she was actually, like, saying, like, oh, if this keeps going, I'm gonna game end myself.
oh wow.
Okay.
And, like, she was calling for help in the song,
All right.
but
Then.
no one listened to it because, like, oh, of course you got the people who can understand what she's saying are like realizing, oh crap, this is bad. But then you got the American side who listened to it and had no idea what she was saying until they translated it.
Mhm.
Um, but I mean, in terms of like a fandom, of course, I think it's like kind of the same vein as Taylor Swift fans, where they're just like, oh my god, I love K-pop so much, like there's like nothing wrong about it, like yada yada yada.
Mhm.
Because I knew one coworker that really liked K-pop,
Mhm.
like not because, but they didn't make her like her entire personality because that you know what, that's the other thing. Half of these like fandoms, especially Taylor Swift fans, like they base their entire personality
Off
of
of the
the
franchise.
like these. Like you could say the majority of these things, like Taylor Swift fans,
Anime.
anime, like
Games.
Marvel half the time, Star Wars, fucking God's sake,
Disney.
yeah.
Oh god.
We'll get to that in a
We'll
minute.
get into that. But yeah, is that it for K-pop now?
It's pretty. I mean, again, like we said, we may not know a lot about this stuff. So if there's some insight that you guys that we missed out on that you guys want to point out, leave us in the comments down below and correct us if there's anything that we either messed up on or whatever the case may be. But anyways,
Educate us.
yes.
Next up, it says One Direction on here, but I think you should just put boy bands in general.
Yeah, but One Direction,
I mean, again, you're gonna have to carry it. You guys are.
I don't know much about One Direction, so it's all Mateo.
Well, I mean, we only add this in because apparently, like, again, girls with boy bands, it was pretty big at the time, and you know, like, it's the joke that like girls loved fucking any boy band that was out at the time, like the early 2000s. Meanwhile, the guys were like, "What the fuck is this?" But the fans apparently were pretty wild. If I remember correctly, they would stalk, they would follow, they would.
So pretty much almost on the point of harassment.
I think, okay, this is out of speculation, so please, if I'm wrong about this, because I can't find the article that I saw that said this, but they apparently went as far as to diving deep into the band's like medical,
History.
not even that, but just like private areas.
Okay, dude.
Again, it had something along those lines, so if you guys can fill in with that, I would much greatly appreciate it. But it had something to do with that, like something about their genitalia. That was just something about like they tried to dive deep into what it looked like or something. But
Okay, well that's just fucked.
yeah, but it has something along the lines of doxing. So
Okay.
But-
Well, I guess we can move on to the last one for music artist, that being Justin Bieber, which again you guys are gonna have to carry.
Oh, I just know, like,
Beliebers, those were what the fandom was called back in the day.
well, I know it's like there's like a group of people that extremely hate him because of that one freaking song that got really annoying quickly.
Oh baby,
No.
yeah,
I was literally about to ask which one.
I think it was baby because
Yes, it's that one.
Okay.
But that's all I know. I got.
But I mean, I think it's like the same case with like Taylor Swift fans. Like girls were like fucking fetish over that guy.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And also just because like the hate of like Justin Bieber is like everywhere. Like you add Justin Bieber to it, it becomes like an immediate hit basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like Despacito, Stay, that type of shit.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure with the same case with One Direction, I'm pretty sure they done like the fans have done some crazy shit with
I mean, I do remember he did once do a concert and like people were like throwing stuff, like throwing water or something, like they love him or whatever, and it pissed him off so much he canceled the concert. Okay, well, we got one more category left.
Yep.
Well, this is the miscellaneous category because it could not fit in any of the other categories, so yeah. Starting with Twitter users. You can technically say this with the Melina fandom, but we're just talking about Twitter in general.
Yep. You want to talk about a...
Oh, my bad. X. Who even calls it that?
You want to talk about toxicity? There's the place to go.
Yep.
And it just gets progressively worse and worse and worse as time goes on.
Uh-huh. You can say literally anything. Literally anything. People will have a problem over it. You can literally just say, I like apples. People are going to have a problem.
You could say the most, like, common sense, like, anyone with a brain can say, yeah, I think this is fair. Like stop making CP art.
Uh-huh.
And then there's gonna be some asshole that's like, hey, Grok, take this child and I think you understand where it's gonna go from there. Because there are people out there that will say, they're saying to Grok, take this image of a child wearing clothes and
Yeah.
Yeah, do that. It's just bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Honestly, I think this awkward silence is warranted.
Yeah. I don't want to dive too deep into that because literally it gets so bad for Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's...
Yeah, thanks to Elon Musk for making it even worse than it already was before.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll just casually move on to the next one. That being sports fans.
I don't know.
I know these people are so insane. And if their favorite team does not win, they will shatter their TV. I would get if you, for whatever reason, gambled like $1,000 for this game.
No, but they spend so much. They gamble so much money.
Yeah, I know.
Like, and they would literally waste their entire life savings for a fucking game.
Yeah.
A game
Uh-huh.
about people playing a sport.
Yeah.
And I mean, also the fact that sport, like, people who play in sports get millions of dollars, even though they're probably, like, it's not fair for nurses who save lives on a daily, yet they get less than people who play sports. But that's a whole different topic, by the way.
Mm.
But, yeah, like, it's just the idea that sports fans are, like, some of the most crazy human beings on Earth. And can you tell that we're not sports fans at all?
Yeah.
You're not sports fans.
It's like, they'll go crazy, they'll throw shit, they'll drink, they'll just fucking... It's like, again, just like anime fans, what they do, it just throws me off on why I don't want to be a part of it.
Yeah. And like most cases, these people make sports their entire personality.
Yep. Exactly that.
Like, bro, the only cool sport is shuffleboard. And golf.
And if you got mad about that, you're further proving our point.
Yep. Alright, next up is console war communities.
Oh, gosh.
You could technically say this is in the video game section, but we're talking about the hardware here. If you're into console wars these days, bro, grow the fuck up.
Yeah, I mean, like, okay, I play Xbox because of the fact that the majority of the people that I play games with they have Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
And it just happens to be, more community focused than PlayStation. But I'm not gonna fucking just dive into a war with these people just because, I don't give a shit. As long as they plays the games, I don't give a shit.
Yeah. If you play video games, cool.
As long as the game is cross-platform, it works for me.
Just any video game is cool. If you play freaking Last of Us, which is PlayStation exclusive, go ahead, that's fine. If you play Mario, go ahead, that's fine. If you play Stadia, then yeah, we're discriminating you.
Get off the platform.
That's the only case where it's valid, okay? But I don't care whether you play PC, Xbox, PlayStation, or Nintendo. But if you are like literally defining in that category, first of all, you're like missing out on so many games. And second of all, it's just hardware, bro.
Who cares? I don't care you got a PS5. I don't care you got an Xbox. I don't even care if you got a PC.
Uh-huh.
There's no reason for a damn war on which console's better.
Right.
Because I'm pretty sure like the majority of the time like Xbox will never win, but it's like
Well, it's primarily Xbox and PS.
And Nintendo.
No, Nintendo's not really like. In the
it's
equation.
mainly just PS
Just-
and Xbox.
Yeah.
PlayStation and Xbox is like the war, and like you can argue like Xbox never wins it, but
hmm
again, like why would I give a shit? I just rather just play games.
Yeah. And like if someone has a PlayStation like at their house and I'm visiting them, I'd be like, okay, that's fine. And if I play, okay, it's fine. Like even though well, in terms of console, I play Xbox mostly. You know, if they have a PlayStation, I'll still play on it. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm not playing because you own a PlayStation.
I'll probably be like, oh, this feels so weird to play since I'm so used to Xbox, but that's about it.
I'll say that with even Nintendo because you know the A and B and Y and X, but you know I still play it at the end of the day.
The moral of the story: play what you want and don't complain about other people for what they do.
Yeah. Anyways, next up is astrology people.
Okay, all right.
Is what people?
Astrology people.
Zodiac signs people, basically.
Okay, funny thing, I'm actually taking an astronomy class right now in college, and my professor literally brought up like zodiac signs, being like, there's obviously no science that your zodiac signs affect your personality. Because one, those stars you see, they're like light years away from each other. So how would they correlate?
But also just because, okay, the idea of zodiac signs is fun. It's a fun little gimmick about like, okay, yeah, this is what happens. And then, you know, all that shit. It's like, it's a fun little concept. But they, like with most of these other fandoms, they take that shit too fucking seriously. As if, like, oh, you're a Scorpio. I don't like interacting with Scorpios. Like, bro, you're just becoming a racist now.
Yeah. In fact, that's literally what my astronomy teacher brought up. Like, if you define people by their zodiac sign, then you're okay with racism and sexism. Because, yeah, there are people out there who literally judge your entire personality based on your zodiac sign. Even though, like my professor said, that has nothing to do with your personality.
Okay, just for our fun gimmick, I'm a Scorpio.
I'm a Gemini.
I'm a Sagittarius.
From what I gathered with Scorpio, like I can see it. I can kind of see it. I don't really know about much of the Sagittarius other than like their adventures.
Apparently, people say Geminis are like very outgoing people.
Like literally, the definition of Gemini is the exact opposite of what Ruben is.
Pretty much, yeah.
And when you get to the point where it's like, oh, you haven't looked at your rising sign or your moon sign. Okay, it's like, bro.
And also, one last thing from my professor. Those zodiac signs, they discovered it like 2,000 years ago or something. And naturally, over time, those stars have like shifted away from each other. So
Those signs don't even exist at this.
Yeah, so your zodiac sign might not be accurate. You know, you could say you're like a Sagittarius, but 2,000 years later, you're like probably a Leo or something. And also, there's technically 13 constellations, the 13th one being the Big Dipper.
Yeah, that's probably the most famous one too.
So your zodiac sign could technically be the Big Dip.
Yeah, it can technically be the Big Dipper.
You know, I want to say that now. Wait, what's your zodiac sign? The Big Dipper.
I'm the Dipper.
Go for it. Yeah, that would be amazing.
Just to piss people off.
Yeah.
Oh, what's your zodiac sign? I'm a Scorpio. I'm a Leo. I'm the Big Dipper.
I'm gonna use that one now. All right. Anyways, next up is crypto people. I originally put in
NFTs were.
Yeah, here's the thing. I was originally gonna put NFT people, but I was like, NFTs have kind of died, even though for whatever reason they still exist. So I just labeled it as crypto in general.
Oh, I remember someone was showing me a picture of their NFT. I quickly pulled out my phone.
Okay,
and took
so
a
here's the
picture of
thing.
it and ran.
I to this day do not know the Google definition of an NFT. I know it stands for non-fungible token, but like,
Why does it have to be a picture of a monkey?
that, and also, what does it do? Like,
Or you're just selling art.
Like,
you could just have that be a separate career in general.
like you're spending like $10,000 on a JPEG of a monkey. What can you do with it though? And people will complain if you like screenshot the NFT.
Which is what I've done to piss people off.
Yeah, Man, art thief is so easy these days. And going to crypto itself, like, I guess people just made a, like many other cases on here, people just made it their entire personality, including digital money. I still to this day don't really know what cryptocurrency is, other than like just digital money.
It's money. It's digital money that you. It's gambling. It's practically it's like, oh, you put your life saving into a crypto coin, and then like for whatever reason, if it becomes popular enough, or if you do it at the right time, you'll then like quadruple so much money, and then you'll get the equivalent of like $30 million or something. But I already can guarantee you, like if NFTs, if there was a downfall with NFTs, which there was, it gives me hope for the downfall of crypto and AI probably as well.
Okay, so I looked up what an NFT does or what it is, and it says an NFT acts as a secure, unchangeable digital certificate of authenticity and ownership recorded on a blockchain. Think of it as a digital deed to a specific one-of-a-kind asset.
But what do you do with it?
Pretty much it's saying like it's like a digital art or collectible. Look, this is literally what it says if you want to read it.
Again, you can just screenshot it.
Like if it was physical collectibles, I find that better. Like I would probably wager a wheat penny is more worth than a fucking image.
You know it's bad when even SML has made fun of it.
I think it's kind of funny.
Cody's
too.
NFT.
Like, you can literally just go on Google Images and they got all the NFTs.
Boom, screenshot all that, bro. Okay, well, I guess I'll just move on from that. Next up is furries. So, I'm gonna be real. I've not heard much from furries for the past, like, 5 years at this point. I do know that, okay, furries have existed for a long time, but I know they, like, took a huge rise ever since Zootopia became a film.
The start of it was like The Lion King, but then Zootopia fucking cemented it.
Yep. Still going.
Yeah. Glenn and Jordan are talking about Drake, oddly enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's probably a lot of great people that are furries. And again, there's good people in every one of these fandoms. We're just talking about the ones that are notoriously known for having a bad reputation. Let's just get that out of the way. And furries tend to be people like
Furfest 2016.
They just tend to be like, again, like if you, there also just been a lot of cases where apparently furries have done some very, very horrible, questionable things.
Yep.
Like if you're just a person that just happens to be a furry, is like, all right.
That's fine, okay? But like most cases on here, if that's your entire personality, then... But other than that, yeah. Can't say much about furries, because we cannot say that about furries.
Let me also say this, too. If there's ever a case where the Diverse Society adds another member, if they're a furry, if they're a they, them, if they're anything about these, like, just so happens to be a part of this community and they're a good person, totally fine with us.
Yeah.
Like, I really don't care if we get a furry or a they, them into our group.
No, I don't. I would appreciate someone under the trans umbrella to be in the group.
Yeah, of course. It's like, again, adds more diversity.
Yep. But yeah, I guess
like my motto is, I don't give a shit who you are as long as you're just not an asshole.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure many people would have that same mentality.
Yep. Well, anyways, I guess I'll just move on now since we kind of straight off. Next up is Disney adults.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Okay, hold on. Let me pull up something real quick. Don't worry, it's not a research. I recorded a clip of one of my favorite comedians, Jim Gaffigan, talking about these specific people in one of his shows.
If you don't like Disney, well then why would you go? I went because I love my children. You know, now there are adults without children that go to Disney, and they're called weirdos.
Facts.
Yes.
Facts.
Anyways, back on topic. So, first of all, let's just stick with Disney for a bit. There are people out there who, of course, make Disney their entire personality. That also means they're spending, like, a shitload of money on basically everything they do.
Yeah, and go to spend a whole shit ton of money on Disneyland.
Yes. And, yeah, it's weird if You're like an adult going to Disneyland just to be there. Like if you have kids there, that's fine. If you are going there with friends, that's fine. But if you're just by yourself at like the age of 30, you are freaking weird, dude.
I personally believe that Disneyland, every kid should go to Disneyland at least once, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because it is a fun experience.
Disneyland or Disney World.
Yeah, exactly.
Depending on where you live.
Yeah, exactly. Pure polar, like opposite sides of the United States, wherever you are.
Yeah. Sure, there's more to Disney. I mean, similar to like most forms of media, they just consume any slop.
Yeah, like say that, like for instance, the fucking the live action remakes. They say, "Oh yeah, I love that because it's just exactly what it is, but just in a different font."
Mhm.
But like, you do realize that they didn't have to do this, and they're only doing this just so that they can grab nostalgia. I can argue that nostalgia is a fucking huge drug at this point because they're just using
it is.
to just use nostalgia just to grab people's love for something that's already existing instead of just being like, oh yeah, I could just, instead of just watching the already good thing, they're just using the people's nostalgia to just remake something that was already good. Like the only one that the only live action remake that people like, just like the Taylor Swift fans, where they say that that's the only bad thing. The live action Snow White movie, which was the one like everyone unanimously was like, yeah, this is ass.
Yeah.
But every other live action remake is so amazing. It's a retelling of something that was already good. It's like,
No, it's not.
Yo, you want that movie on our radar of bad movie reviews?
probably.
Literally, I remember, like, you know how they made a live action of Snow White, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
Snow White, Lion King, Beauty and the Beast.
Walt Disney said before he passed away, the one movie he wants no one to touch, even when it's animated, was Snow White.
Yeah.
Because he treated that movie as his baby, because that's what he helped to create. And what did Disney do when he passed? They made a live-action remake of Snow White.
Well, we only have one more on this list, that being the alpha male community.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, so I'll be real. I kind of thought this community was just like a joke community, but no, they're real.
No, unfortunately.
They rised when Andrew Tate became a person. And they are like so freaking cringy.
Unbearable.
I watched this video a while ago. It was like top 10 least attractive hobbies for men, and apparently that's number one. Who would have fucking thought? The hobby that makes it so that you hate feminism is the least attractive.
So, you know what? Let me just say this, right? Because the idea about alpha males is that like they're supposed to teach you how to get a woman even though they hate women.
Yep.
Let me just say this. If you want to learn about women and the issues that they go through, why the fuck would you ever go to learn from the problem itself?
Just talk to them.
Like, why would you, like, that's like going to like solving a drinking drive, crash, and you talk to the drunk guy for like advice.
Yeah.
Why would you go to the problem for advice?
Mm-hmm.
And they're just like, they're trying to go after a certain demographic. Literally, we are the demographic that they are trying to talk to. People that don't have girlfriends, act like they are so pathetic and alone, and sometimes, unfortunately, it works.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Yeah, like teenage boys or like young adult boys, most of them unfortunately fall in this trap of alpha males, and they just fall with whatever they're going with, and they dig themselves into an even deeper hole than they already were. Thankfully, I never got to that area.
Oh my god, I just remembered something. Okay, so this might extend the podcast a little bit, but Smosh was doing Reddit stories, and there was this female that was like, I was best friends with this one guy. I'll do the big Cliff Notes version, and then all of a sudden he just kissed me out of nowhere, and then just act like I was like pretty much like became like his girlfriend out of nowhere, even though I didn't consent to it. And then when it came time to confront about him, he said, oh, well, there are these podcasts. And she knew immediately what he was listening to.
Keyword podcast.
But yeah, no. I just said, like I said, I don't care who the fuck you are as long as you're not an asshole. And alpha males, they're like the peak definition of an asshole.
But yeah, that's it.
That's the whole
That's all there is.
notorious fandoms. We probably delve ourselves into a very, very tricky subject, but again, we're doing that just because we're bringing awareness to certain demographics of people that are legitimately a problem half the time.
Yeah. Don't worry. That's it. How long have we been recording?
Hour and 30.
Okay, good.
But like we said,
basically the same length as the last.
But like I said, there are good people within every one of these communities that we've just talked about. So if you're not butthurt about this, then we can tell that you're not a part of those bad communities. But if you are getting butthurt about this and are going to complain about what we said, like you said, then you are further proving our point.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it for this podcast, and it's actually going to be a lighter subject in the next one.
Yep. Because what is it going to be?
Connor will be joining us for the next podcast, and we're going to talk about just stories we had of school.
Your generation is screwed.
Yeah, mainly the generational gap, but also because, apparently Connor went on some trip to Washington. So we're just like, bro, all we got was like a trip to the park that's like 5-minute driving distance.
Pretty much.
And then we got pet peeves. I don't really know the whole like format of it, but that'll probably be one.
Yeah.
And if it's the group again, which it might be, simply because Jordan's birthday party's coming up like next week. So we might do it, but because scheduling, and also we want to record something that isn't like podcasts, we might skip that one. But if we do skip that one, then we'll record the Marvel Fox/Sony movies another time.
Yeah. But but we will say this summer will probably be filled with a whole bunch of content coming up soon. So thankfully we're not going to be doing just podcasts. But on that note, I'm Mateo.
I'm Ruben.
And I'm Landon.
And we'll see you guys in the next one. Jesus Christ, what a podcast.
Get me out of here.